Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exile Magpie.
Hello!
As always.
Yes.
This is a weird one because we've got kind of two newses that are kind of interlinked with each other.
Yes.
In the same thing.
Involving two of the gaming companies I've had.
Yeah.
Let's put it a not good year.
No.
And for the other one, a not good 2 years since it's been going on for that long.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'll let you start with the first one.
I think we'll start off with Activision Blizzard. They've ended forced arbitration as CEO takes a massive pay cut. Now, I do want to specify that Bobby Kotick got his $155 million bonus before he took this pay cut, so he's not.
This is not he's seen the light. It's like his basically the company's PR image is so far in the gutter that he's hoping, and his underlings are hoping that this will die down. The problem is that it's gone beyond just us pissed at his wage for no reason. It's gone from that to you need to treat your staff like they're actual human beings and not cattle. In fact, like I've said before, I think cattle will probably treat better than some members of the triple game industry staff. Like, it's horrible. Anywho, I'll let you go with.
So, let's have a look. Basically, on Twitter, the a better ABK. So, basically, I think they're the group that's kind of helping the workforce get a union.
Yes.
Together. They came up with 4 demands. Mm-hmm. The first one was an end to mandatory arbitration clauses in all employee contracts, current and future.
Yes.
The second one was the adoption of recruiting, interviewing, hiring, promotion policies designed to improve representation among employees at all levels.
Yes.
It is a little bit bigger, but it basically that line basically just explains everything what the paragraph.
Yeah, it basically means like there needs to be actual like fair recruiting practices and not I'm friends with this person, so I'm gonna have him up onto my level, and then we're all gonna promote each other up the frigging ranks and treat everyone else like shit.
The third demand was publication of data on relative compensation, including early grants and profit sharing, promotion rates and salary ranges for employees of all genders and ethnicities at the company. So basically, they want to know if Bobby Kotick's getting.
basically, the promotion and bonuses and all like the perks and that should be based on someone's skill, not
or the work that they do.
Or the work they do, and not because the head honchos like them because they're like them. Yeah. That is the most diplomatic way I could put it, apart from, without, throwing them under the truth bus of, you guys are total assholes. And even that's being generous. But anyway.
And the fourth demand is empower a company-wide diversity, equality and inclusion task force to hire a third party to order ABK's reporting structure.
Considering the way staff are being treated and the reasoning behind some of the staff being treated the way they are, I totally understand and agree with that demand. It's like there is countless evidence of racism, sexism, abuse of power, etc., 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 etc. Basically, anything bad that a person in the position of power should not be doing has been done at that company. So I totally understand why they like. It is so bad. It is the stuff that has come out that if I was working there, I would not trust the people in charge with any sort of restructuring or rebranding or renegotiation. It'd be like, no, I want someone else to fucking look over this and pick holes in what you want to do. So yeah, considering the experience those staff have had, I totally understand and support their demands and why. Because yeah, I wouldn't trust the head honchos at Activision Blizzard as far as I could throw a building, which is 0.
But Bobby Kotick sent a letter.
Yes.
Yeah, sent a letter.
Granted, I highly doubt he wrote it, but still.
Answering these, well, maybe not all of them, but it does look like the arbitration demand is going to be met.
Yes. That's only one of the 4 demands, but, it's a start, I suppose.
It's a start, yeah, it is. Shall we go through the letter? Shall we go through the letter then?
Yes, because why not? I mean, granted, we're probably going to pick holes into it, but let's jump in.
Okay, so this letter was addressed on October 28th, so not that long ago.
Yeah, just about a week ago now. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little shorter.
A little less.
A little less than a week, yeah. Not that long ago.
It's the first now. It was the first yesterday.
Yes.
So
less than a week.
Something like.
This is really relevant.
5 days?
Yeah, this is like really new-ish news.
So. Okay, so the letter begins. This is Bobby Kotick's letter. A few weeks ago, I reiterated our commitment to become the most welcoming, inclusive company in our industry. Today, I want to update you on some initial progress and important additional steps we are taking to advance our commitment with greater impact, transparency, and urgency. First, I want to offer my sincere gratitude for your continued focus and dedication to our players. Have you not
seen what's happening with your games?
Have you not seen your games?
Seriously, like production on WoW is at an all-time low.
Oh no, but you can get a new kitty cat mount.
No, I suppose there's that. We've literally there is so much noise coming from Overwatch 2 that I'm beginning to wonder if the ship has sunk. I'm getting concerned here. There's a lot of radio silence.
Has it been lost in the ether?
Yeah,
there has actually been some stuff for Overwatch 2, but
it's not been positive.
I wouldn't. It's nothing that I would be like, oh yeah, this is big news.
Yeah, there's been the whole changing.
That we can have a conversation over.
Right. What I mean is that we haven't seen any like actual things of the game in motion, sort of thing, like the game working as intended.
No, we've seen a few things because they have streamed a few Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
But the
so
thing
we have seen it working and stuff, but it's not. Like I said, the thing is, it just looks like Overwatch. It doesn't look like it's changed.
The thing I was making is that apart from their own stuff, there's not been anything like any trailers, any
no trailers,
promotional events. No. Like,
I think the last big thing that we heard for Overwatch 2 was when the Overwatch League kicks off again. It's going to be using the Overwatch 2.
Yeah,
stuff instead,
which is possibly going to be what's going to show it. The problem being is like professional Overwatch plays completely different to amateur Overwatch, because amateur Overwatch people do actually change their characters. Like
people switch
because they get absolutely wrecked, they get angry and go, oh, do you know what? I'm going to try something else. This is clearly not working.
I'm going to be the character that I'm good at. Naff this stuff. Okay, where was I?
About
dedication to and to each other. You've shown incredible resilience throughout the pandemic, exceptional care for colleagues and communities, and the relentless commitment. Okay, so you can take communities off because I've seen your WoW developers. I've seen what they do. They are not the nicest people to their players, so you can take that out your window.
Well, at least the ones that have permission to put stuff up on social media.
Yeah, no, but at the end of the day, that's the representation.
Yes, I know it's the representation.
So I'm just
putting out the caveat that it's probably not everyone that works on WoW is that of that attitude.
It's just the ones on Twitter.
But the ones that are allowed to speak are.
Yeah.
At least that's the impression they give.
And the relentless commitment to excellence. Again, I don't think you don't play your games, do you?
Yeah, I was about to say, have you not seen your have you not seen the hemorrhaging like that WoW is having player base wise? Like, it's over this last year, if it was blood that you were losing, it would be literally, we need to get them into the ER right now. Start. We need to cauterize that wound right now.
During a excellence, creative independence, and purpose that always sets our company and our franchise apart.
Independence. I'm sorry, but when was the last time you actually had a new IP that was like since Overwatch? You've done literally nothing new. Like, it's either been Diablo, WoW,
Call of Duty.
I
mean, you did Crash 4.
I suppose, but again, that's a sequel.
And then you took that team and threw them into. No, that's Toys for Bob. It's Toys for Bob. No, you did. You brought
Spyro Reignited,
and you did Tony Hawk's.
Yeah, and then you took that.
And then you took the team that did
such a very good job on that.
Job on that, and then threw them into
the Call of Duty. The Call of Duty Salt Mine.
Great excellence there.
Yeah, like I'm literally I look at Activision and go, exactly, apart from COD and everything Blizzard do, what do you do?
COD.
It's just COD. It's just Call of Duty, and it's like, yes, okay, fine. Call of Duty is like the cash cow right now.
Call of Duty. Here's the thing: Call of Duty is not even that big anymore. It's all Warzone. Yeah. Nobody gives a shit about the Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Anymore now. It's just everybody just plays Warzone.
Yeah, which by the way,
people will play
it'd be nice if you fixed half the bugs that are in that mode.
They'll play Call of Duty for like the new one when it's out for like literally 5 minutes, and then just go back to Warzone.
Yeah, and the problem being now is for Call of Duty is Warzone's coming out with a big sandbox playpen of all these nifty tools and stuff, and it's basically going to the community. Yeah, have fun with that. Go wild.
You mean Battlefield? You said Warzone.
I said, I meant to say Battlefield.
Battlefield, yeah.
Battlefield.
That's if it works.
I mean, granted, yeah, that's if it works, and also if EA don't fucking EA it.
Because they haven't changed, they haven't announced a delay or anything.
Yeah, and I really wish it would, because it looks, unless this is a very, very old build.
I'm slightly hoping it's an old build. That's my hopefulness for it.
Yeah. That they may be able to fix it, but like it basically like it's the one with the online working, but there are newer builds that aren't as buggy, but they just haven't put the online onto it. I don't know how to program, so
who knows.
I'm just giving potential reasons why it may be released in a good way. I don't know, probably won't, but anyway.
Yeah, it is EA. My goal and the goal of our board, our entire senior corporate team, our business unit leaders and their teams, is to make sure you have the resources, culture and commitment from leadership you need to succeed in our collective aspiration to be the model workplace in our industry. Over the last decade, as we've brought in new companies, grown our workforce and thrown them into the card mines, and expanded our business, we believe...
By adding more staff into the cog mine.
We believed we had the systems, policies and people in place to ensure that our company always lived up to its reputation. Well, yeah, you do that.
Yeah, you lived up to your reputation. Activision's reputation was pretty much in the gutter before all this came out.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Just, your opinion of your company was completely out of link with reality.
Clearly, in some vitally important aspects, we didn't.
Okay, I'm going to just say this. Some? No.
In some vitally important aspects.
No. In some vitally important aspects, no. You had a staff welfare failing on all levels. I'm sorry, it doesn't get to the point where you are being sued by the state of California where you haven't failed on multiple, if not all levels. I'm sorry, but you can try and sugarcoat this and go, well, we're making changes, look at this nice shiny window. It's like, no, your foundations are still on fire, please put it out.
There's like this big thing, it's basically just saying that we're a business and fueled by passion and performance, the whole corporate thing.
Yeah, which is actually just corporate speak for money.
Yeah, and then we get to the things that he wants to do to basically improve the company. So there is a list.
Here we
There's
go.
a list here. We are launching a new zero-tolerance harassment policy company-wide.
Well, one that should have been in place.
That should have been there in the first
from
place.
day one. So, and also, did you not already have a zero tolerance policy? Because you said you did. Clearly, you don't.
We are implementing a zero-tolerance policy across Activision Blizzard that will be applied constantly. Our goal is to have the strictest harassment and retaliation policies of any employer. And we will continue to examine and tighten our standards to achieve this goal everywhere we do business.
I mean, you had no choice to do this.
Yes. It basically says anybody found in breach of these sort of things will be terminated immediately. I mean,
the damage is already done, but yeah, it's nice that you finally implemented this. Something that also should have been in day one.
We will no longer rely on written warnings. Termination will be the outcome, including in most cases of harassment based on any legally protected category. Future employment contracts and equity awards will be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Termination for these reasons will result in the immediate forfeiture of future compensation.
Again, a bit too late. Should have been in day one, but at least you're implementing it now.
Yeah. This is number 2. We will increase the percentage of women and non-binary people in our workforce by 50% and will invest $250 million to accelerate opportunities for diverse talent. Fine. I mean, just hire them if they can do the job.
If they're good enough for the job, then hire them.
That's all you got to do. It's not that hard.
However, I do feel like because of what's happened,
it's going to be a little bit harder for them to hire.
Yeah.
Women and members of the LGBTQ plus,
and also of ethnic minorities.
And ethnic minorities,
because
due to all the because they're not going to have the best reputation.
No, because there's going to be a lot of them going, yeah, but all this happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And these people are still in charge. Like, what has changed? Like, what has actually changed? This is the whole thing. Is like you need to literally kick out a whole bunch of people, and yeah, because of what's happened, they're gonna have to do this.
Yeah.
And it's gonna take an awful lot. And also, if someone is if person A is promoting person B over person C because person C is under category A, B, C, D, or whatever, then person A should be kicked out.
Yeah.
Because you're not promoting someone based on their level of ability. You're promoting them because you don't like person C for whatever arbitrary.
Or you just like that person.
Yeah. For whatever arbitrary, because that's what it is. It's not a valid reason you're doing it, and I do wonder if a lot of the problems, like the story writing and the whole problem with Sylvanas, for example, in WoW, could be potentially because of this. Is like they've put a person into like the head script story writing position, not because they're a good story writer, but because they're chums, or because the person that was going up against them was of ethnic minority, A, B, or whatever. And so therefore they've degraded their abilities for non-business reasons.
Yes.
Like you've said, it's a dumb thing to do.
It's the stupidest thing.
It's the stupidest thing to do to basically alienate a group of people because of your personal beliefs or opinions.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It makes no business sense. Yes, I will just basically ignore their money.
Yeah, exactly. So this is how you know I'm a capitalist, because I don't care about anything. I just want you to give me money.
Yes, but you're an equal opportunity cap.
But I will.
But no. The thing is, though, you are like, you basically go, well, no. If I piss people off, they're not going to give me money, so I'm not going to do something to piss people off. Like, you know, people want a service, but they don't just want a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want something, and it wants to be of a good quality and something that will want them to come back and spend more.
Yes.
Not, oh, well, I need to do my dailies.
Yeah. Oh, bless Destiny, man. Ah, Destiny. Well, Destiny's not dailies. Destiny's the weeklies.
Yeah, weeklies.
But
still, it's the same thing.
It is.
Like,
yeah, it is
like,
the same thing.
it's the reason why I haven't been on for a while now.
Monetization has gotten worse in that game.
Yeah.
Bungie's.
Back to this. Back to Activision. Like, a lot of people, like, there is the whole thing of, like, people have invested so much time and money into, like, WoW that they don't want to stop, which is an understandable.
I can my thing with that I can understand, but like all you're doing, because it's a paid subscription.
Yeah.
Right, all you're doing in this point is you're just giving them more money to do the same thing. They're not.
Yeah.
Going like the best way for WoW to change, in my opinion, is the only way it's ever going to change is if more people just cancel their subscriptions. Yeah. And I understand for a lot of people, it's just like, well, I've
got these characters and I've spent all this time on this and blah blah blah.
But if you have a problem with WoW,
and they are not solving that problem, then
if you have a problem with WoW,
and if you're not happy with it,
and you're still playing it, you're not helping the situation. You're just because they're not gonna. They don't care. Like if anything's taught me anything after learning what I've learned about WoW is the developers of WoW, the team right now that are developing. WoW, they don't give a shit.
The people in the positions of power.
They don't give a shit.
People who make the decisions.
Yeah, I'm sure the people who do the ones and zeros
probably design the armor.
But at the same time, if you think about the shit that they've gone through, would you give a shit?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. And also, the people that are like making all the armor pieces and like developing the mechanics and like making sure they work, they're the ones that have been abused, harassed.
They don't get paid.
Put under a massive amount of stress. Don't get paid properly, and it eventually.
Would you give a shit?
Eventually, people will just go. Do you know what? I'm just here for the pay slip now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I'm going to do the bare fucking minimum because that's all I get from my employers. I get the bare minimum, and they clearly don't give a shit about me. So why should I give a shit about them and their product?
So I can understand. The things that are going on. Yeah. WoW, especially with everything coming out. But the literally only thing that is going to make WoW change is if more people
and
just keep ending
this blooming letter from Bobby Kotick is because of that absolute tanking of the share price. The fact that the WoW players are leaving in droves.
It's less than. I think there's less than. I know they're less than 1 million now. I think they're less than like 600,000.
Yeah, they're leaving. They're leaving in the droves. They're clearly probably getting. They've probably got their recent pre-orders for the next COD game, and that's probably also.
It might not be good.
Might not be as good as they want.
Because I do know a lot of people, even though the beta wasn't great for Battlefield. I know a lot of people who are looking more at Battlefield. Usually COD players who are actually looking at Battlefield. Yeah. Not Vanguard. So
yes, and like all of this, like negative press and all the terrible things that have come out, has had an effect on public opinion and public standing and like.
Yeah, basically, all this it's affecting their bottom line now.
Yeah, and
this is why this is all happening.
Yeah, this is why they're actually doing it now. This is why, because their bottom line's being affected. It's actually taking a hit, and it's like, oh shit, we need to do something. So they're hoping this will stem the tide, and I'm like, nah, keep the pressure up. We want, the fans want the company a certain way. The staff need the company to be a certain way. We just keep the pressure on until it happens. And if they don't do it, then they deserve to go bust. Personally. Because even though, yes, a lot of people will be out of a job, but a lot of people at that job will no longer be harassed.
or abused.
Yeah,
or have to work in...
Or sexually or racially...
Yeah, or basically have to work in sweatshop conditions.
Yeah. So... Yeah, I'm literally... If Activision refuses to change into a company that the staff will be happy with, and the vocal criticisms of fans want them to be, if they refuse to do that, they don't deserve to be around anymore. Anyway, we'll continue on.
The third thing, based on feedback from employers, we are waiving required arbitration of sexual harassment and discrimination claims. For any Activision Blizzard employee who choose not to arbitrate an individual claim of sexual harassment, unlawful discrimination or related retaliation arising in the future, the company will waive any obligation to do so. That's the third thing, which is that's a thing that you should have.
Yeah.
All businesses
I
should
mean,
do anyway.
The fact that you were forcing arbitration on people that were being sexually or racially abused is...
Or just harassed in general.
Yeah. Is absolutely disgusting. It is wrong. It's like, that person has been put through fucking hell. And you are now going to say, oh, well, we need to come to a middle ground. It's like, no, there is no middle ground. It's the person that, if it's proven that person has sexually or harassed another person, that person should be told to fucking pack his bags and get the fuck out.
We go from that. We will increase visibility on pay equity. Sorry, I keep saying equality, but it's pay equity. So basically, they're going to be a bit more open with who's getting
how much money.
If they're getting bonuses, this is how much of the bonuses are going to be. Which that's fine. That's part of one of the demands. So
it should. Well, the thing is, though, is that if that in itself means that people can look at other people getting, like, for example, someone who shouldn't be getting an absolute shit ton of money in a position that shouldn't get that bonus, and yet somehow is getting that bonus, and then you have to start asking why. People can go, well, that guy done jack shit. Why has he got a £20,000 bonus when person B over there worked their ass off, made a mechanic for WoW that the fans have actually loved and are using all the time and all that sort of stuff, and they're going nuts about it, and this person gets nothing. This person gets, oh, here's a slap on the back and a card, thank you, well done, good job, get back to the grinder. So yeah, when they are more transparent about who's getting what, it makes it harder for those in power that like to work in cliques. It makes it hard for them to justify giving each other bonuses. And being all, oh yeah, we're just going to give ourselves another 20 grand and another 30 grand here and a 40 grand here. Oh, our staff want a pay rise? Oh, can't afford it. we can't afford to give you a pay rise.
I do understand. I know that feeling.
Yes,
I know that feeling.
So do I.
It's fucking awful. And so we'll move on. And the last thing in the list is we will provide regular progress updates. I'm not surprised that this is going to be a thing.
Yes, because we're going to keep going on about like we have with Ubisoft. Granted, we haven't mentioned it yet because it's gone all very quiet on that front. It had gone all quiet on that front.
Also, we haven't talked about Ubisoft,
and we haven't actually talked about Ubisoft. So it was a case of, we said every time Ubisoft were going to get mentioned, we would mention, get your fucking house in order.
Fire whatever his name is.
Guillemon needs to fucking resign.
Fire.
And your responses to the accusations and proof evidence that has been supplied to the world at large is non-existent. You might as well have not replied to it because it's been shite. Anyway, back to
moving on to this. Basically, he goes on providing updates with all progress and all that sort of stuff. He then goes on to say that he's asked the board to reduce his pay to the lowest amount California law will allow for people earning a salary, which this year is $62,000 $62,500. To be clear, this is a reduction in my overall compensation, not just my salary. I am asking not to receive any bonuses or be granted any equity during this time.
No, because you don't fucking deserve it.
I mean, that is it's a good thing that he's done.
Yes, it is a good thing. It's only took the state of California to sue them, and then the complete and utter shit show that has followed on since then. So yeah, but like $62,000 is still a lot of money. That's how much?
Yeah, but that's the minimum.
It's over $6,000 a month.
That's the minimum he's getting.
Yeah, it's a minimum salary is allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. It's like, okay, fine. This is I will credit where credit's due. Yes. You've decided to take a hit in your payslip. You still got your $150 blooming pay. You can actually now start taking the money out of your bank accounts in the Caribbean, which are just sitting there and doing fuck all. Because you could work. Bobby Kotick could probably work for free and still live off the interest of the money he has in his banks.
Oh yeah,
easily, fucking easily. I mean, he had $150 bonus for 1 year.
Yeah.
For 1 year, he had a $150 bonus.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, good for you. You're taking a hit in the wallet. Great. Start actually spending the fucking money that's sitting in your banks doing nothing. And you won't actually feel a thing. It'll make no fucking difference. The only difference will be his blooming offshore bank accounts or wherever the hell he keeps his money won't be worth as much. Or they'll actually get lower instead of just constantly getting bigger and bigger.
Yes.
So
that's active. Bobby Kotick's come out. And he's basically telling his workers that things are going to change.
Yeah. Actions.
I feel a bit more like this is just Obama coming out here, just saying things are going to change, and then nothing changes.
Yeah.
Still exactly the same. I do feel that, but I've been burned many times when people come out and be like, yes, things are going to change, and then nothing changes.
Also, actions speak louder than words. We've had like Activision announcements and letters and JPEGs of responses to absolute terrible news and buggy games and failures upon the company. We've had all those. We don't care about those anymore. We want action. Actually implement them. Actually fire people. Actually put people who deserve to be in positions of power because of their talent and ability and the fact that they're not total assholes, and put them in positions where their influence can also help shape the company. If you put decent people in high positions, it has a trickle-down effect in the company, because those people will look after the people below them, who will then look after the people below them, and then if anyone doesn't do their job of responsibility of looking after the staff below them, because as a manager, that is a part of your fucking job, is to look after the staff under you. That you have a personal, what's the word? Responsibility.
There you go.
There we go. Found it. To look after the well-being of your staff. It is, yes, the contract is not a one-way system of person turns up and works his ass off and goes home. The contract is a two-way thing. You pay them money and look after them, and they come and give you their time and skills and abilities to help you make whatever it is you are doing to create a product A. That is what signing a contract with a is. It's not a one-way thing. It's a two-way thing, and a lot of companies seem to have forgotten that. Yeah. A lot of managers have seemed to have forgotten that.
A lot of companies do that thing. Well, you should be lucky you're in a job, sort of thing.
I would punch someone if they said that to me. If someone was next to me and said, "Well, you should be lucky. You should have a job."
You're lucky you have a job in the first place.
You're lucky you have a job. Yeah, really.
No, it's not. You're lucky. You're lucky you have a job.
You should be thankful.
With us,
you should be thankful you still have a job. If someone said that to me, I wouldn't have a job again at that point, and 2, probably be in jail because I would have assaulted the person.
So obviously the gaming community, or at least
but in all like short story of that though with Bobby Kotick is that the actions of the staff and the obviously like the hit that the company is taking through all this negativity, through all the issues that the company's having, has actually caused actual things to start happening and go in the right direction.
Yes.
And it leads into this.
Yeah, we're going into this one. So with that, basically, did I say ABK or was it BAK?
BAK, I think.
ABK, yeah, ABK. That's the one. Because they basically tweeted out on their Twitter that like it's a good thing has happened.
Yeah,
we're celebrating, and this has led into
we're going to keep them to their word.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
That sort of stuff.
And this has led into a better Ubisoft. Now, a better Ubisoft is a group of Ubisoft workers who are trying to get basically make Ubisoft better with the way they treat staff and.
Now, some parts of Ubisoft probably already have unions because Ubisoft is a French company and therefore they have headquarters in France and the other places in Europe. And
in France, it's like there has to be a union.
Yeah,
so.
It's one of those where like unions are. It's one of those things where it's not mandatory, but it's not looked upon very kindly if you. Yeah,
your company's not looked very well if you don't have a union.
If you actively stop people from having a union.
Yeah, it does. You don't look very good, especially in France. But this is Ubisoft workers demand swifter action from leadership after Activision concedes to employee demands.
And the dominoes start to fall because they basically went, well, hang on, if they've been able to do something, we should be able to. We should be able to. And this is only a good thing. Like this is the sort of stuff we wanted to happen, where like people basically get together, basically say what we have to do is unacceptable, the work conditions we have are unacceptable, the pay is unacceptable. We are going to now start demanding better terms and conditions.
It's been roughly about 16 months.
Yes,
since everything about Ubisoft came out, about the treatment of staff, about the harassers at the top, all that sort of stuff, and basically all that's happened is those people got a golden handshake and left the company. That's it. Nothing else has happened. One of them went to work for Naughty Dog. So if you didn't like Naughty Dog before, now you've got another reason not to like Naughty Dog. I think it was Naughty Dog that they went to. I can't really remember.
Anyway,
but basically what's happened is Ubisoft, Euskalimon came out with that. Do you remember that roadmap? The whole thing that they did, that happened in games, and they came out with a roadmap of what they're going to do to make their company better.
Yeah, and then 6 months later it came out they've done absolutely
six months later it came out that nothing's happened and that somehow the workforce has magically come across and been like, no, there's no problems.
Yes. To which a lot of the workforce went, no, nothing.
Hold on, nothing's happened.
Excuse me. No, nothing's happened. This is still the same shithole it was before. They're just basically giving mouthpieces out and saying everything's all hunky-dory. And no, everything is not all hunky-dory. And then Ubisoft went, well, right, we've done our thing. Now let's go and announce Assassin's Creed's going to be a free-to-play.
It's going to be a live service.
It's going to be a live service free-to-play game. Yeah, that's not going to end in a burning dumpster fire. Anyway.
We've got... So now, basically, because of what's happened with Activision... A better Ubisoft is now basically just coming out and being like, oi, you.
I mean, personally, I think Yves Guillemot needs to resign. He needs to go.
Well, yeah. He needs
Again, I also want Bobby Kotick to resign and go, but, you know.
I mean, at least, you know what?
At least he's done something.
At least he's actually done something.
Yes.
You know, at least... because I mean, what did Guillemot do? He let out that video of him feeling sorry for any victims, and that was it.
Yeah. To which we went, well, either you're compliant or either you're complicit,
or you're dumb,
or you're
an idiot,
or you're an idiot. Either result does not keep you in that job. You are not fit for purpose as the CEO of Ubisoft.
Yeah, there was a tweet by a better Ubisoft basically saying 16 months since Ubisoft was forced to take limited action following public posts on Twitter. You talk about a strategic roadmap of change for HR that you are getting ready to start rolling out, giving no timeline for delivery or any hint of what those changes will be.
Day one. You should be announcing changes day one. And actually implementing changes day one, because your HR... Again, HR is not for the staff, it's for the company. Because, HR stands for human resources, and that's all the company thinks you of, as resources. The stuff to be mined out and used up to make things.
So basically Ubisoft, they've not done anything.
They've not done it, yeah. They haven't done a single fucking thing, apart from giving a couple of people...
They've basically just done, service.
Yeah,
lip service.
Lip service,
that's the one.
They've done lip service. That's all they've done. That is the worst thing I hate. I hate.
They've gotten rid of the people who at least the people that we know.
The people who were named.
They're gone. I mean, granted, they weren't fired like they should have been, but
they got the
they're gone.
Little golden handshakes and pay slips, golden pay checks, and also whatever shares as well. So they're still going to be making money from the company.
But the rest of it's just been like, yes, we are making improvements. We are doing this, but they're not. They've never once said what improvements they're making.
Yeah,
they've never told us.
And from the sounds of it, they haven't implemented anything.
Yeah, and if you actually look at the Twitters from a better Ubisoft, they haven't done anything.
Yeah.
So. Oh, I tell a lie, they have done something.
Mm-hmm.
They've announced a new Splinter Cell game.
Oh, yes.
And they announced a few Tom Clancy games that look absolute garbage.
Yes. Hence the reason why they announced it's Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell game, because
they need
people were literally asking for the license to be took off them. It was that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, let's have a Tom Clancy license on a graffiti-filled team shooter, hero shooter. Yeah, that screams Tom Clancy. Clearly. Do you know what Tom Clancy is? I've read the books. I love Tom Clancy stuff. I love the whole intricacy and behind the scenes dealings and all that.
We're going to be having aliens in a Tom Clancy game.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Aliens.
Extraction.
Aliens.
Yes.
What are you doing, Ubisoft? Why are you doing this and not focusing on getting your whole company in order? Why are you doing this?
What is wrong with you?
Get some help. Please.
And not
somebody.
And not a company that's just there to shut the staff up. Actually get help. That help may involve sacking Yves Guillemot, by the way.
Getting rid of him.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Activision Blizzard, as a company, has a reputation down in the gutter. And it's took the Activision Blizzard less time to actually put something, a single thing. They've actually done more than Ubisoft in half the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not happy with Activision until they actually implement and do all the things that they say they're going to do, plus more. Yeah. I'm still not going to be happy.
Until the workers for Activision come out and be like, yeah, we're okay with this.
Yeah. Until they say they're happy with the current situation, I'm gonna keep on Activision's ass all the way till that point. Right? But it's took Activision Blizzard less time than Ubisoft to actually start implementing stuff and doing things. And Ubisoft is just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I actually didn't know this, but basically Ubisoft, after all these things, by the way, they promoted one of the people who have been
accused
with multiple misconduct reports. Has been promoted to like a lead designer or something. Do
you know what? Just walk out. To everyone at Ubisoft who actually cares about themselves and their fellow colleagues, just walk out. 24 hours, 48 hours, 7 days, however long it takes them to actually fucking go, oh shit, we need to do something. But like,
why?
It's just like, what is? How do you think? How do you think, Ubisoft? You can't think. You can't. I refuse to believe someone thought that in the middle of this shitstorm you're in, promoting a person who has all these accusations against them. Like, if it was maybe one, okay, maybe that person had a bit, but like, multiple?
Multiple.
I'm assuming from multiple different people. It's like, and you decide to. Like, this is the thing with like, oh well, you've got to, it's innocent until proven guilty. Yes, it is. But when there is like a bajillion people accusing the same person of the same thing over a period of time, you have to stop and go, yeah, there's an issue here.
Yeah. There's
an issue here.
It's
not, oh, we'll solve this. Solving it is not, we'll promote him into a position of responsibility. No! Because you're basically saying to that person, oh, you know the way you treat those people? Yeah, do that.
It's perfectly fine.
It's perfectly fine.
It's just... Well, I mean, they can't even make a game properly anymore.
No, they can't.
Oh God, and they're making the Star Wars game. The next Star Wars game, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Oh God.
Which is like, I look at it and go, wait, but Beyond Good and Evil 2, that was literally a Star Wars game you were making there. That's what you were doing. That was literally like, yeah,
That's never coming. That's never coming.
No, it's never happening.
That's never coming out now. It's never going to happen.
Nope.
Oh,
sorry, Beyond Good and Evil fans, but you're never getting the sequel.
No.
It's never happening now.
Ubisoft just...
Ubisoft are kind of just,
they can't do anything. They can't do anything. So
yeah, no. Until Ubisoft actually get their act together, they need to be called out at every opportunity, because it is a derelict of duty of the highest level to have what has happened to that company, and then for the company head honchos to go, oh yeah, nothing's wrong. We've implemented changes and everything's all good, and then not actually do fucking anything.
Oh yeah, fun times.
Yeah,
fun times.
So for fuck's sake,
but hopefully, I'm being optimistic. Hopefully, Ubisoft will eventually.
The fact that Activision Blizzard of all companies has kind of like
backed down
on certain things. One will give the people who work at Activision Blizzard confidence to go, do you know what? If we keep at them, we'll actually get a decent workplace here. Because this is the thing. I know there's going to be people going on about unionization. Oh, blah, 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 blah. They'll ruin the company. Blah, 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 blah. All the crap that comes out whenever workers want stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the vast majority of workers don't want everything given to them. They just want to be able to come to work, get paid a decent amount, be able to afford.
They want to be able to. They basically just want to be able to pay the bills at the end of the day.
Pay the bills and maybe treat themselves every now and then.
Yeah, and that's it. They want to be able to. They want to be able to pay their bills,
have a roof over their head, buy food,
have a roof over their head, and maybe once go to the cinema every couple of months. That's really all we want.
Yeah,
that is it. We're not like. We're going to come here and you're going to give us everything that we want. No, nobody's like that.
The people who say those things are usually the people at the very top, getting who want all the money to themselves and pay the bare minimum. They want to do the bare minimum because they're fucking.
That's what they do.
Because it's what they do.
But yeah, hopefully Ubisoft can change. I'm not being optimistic.
I'm hoping that a lot of other companies' staff see what's happening and realise that, if we get together and actually, and start putting reasonable demands, like the fact that with the Activision Blizzard staff want to just come to work and not be harassed.
Yeah,
like that's not a big demand. That's like that's just normal.
They want good working conditions.
They want good working conditions. Everyone should get good working conditions.
That's all they want. Right. We shall move on.
Yeah.
We shall move on. So let's talk about New World, shall we?
Oh, yes.
A number of things have come out. All bugs.
Yes.
All bugs.
So many bugs that I'm beginning to wonder if that's actually a full release and not a beta.
A YouTuber of the name of Josh Isaac Hayes.
Oh, yeah.
He's done videos on the bugs.
Yes. Did he also... Was he the one that showed the Invincibility Bug?
Yeah, he was the one that showed the Invincibility Bug and how to do it and all that sort of stuff. That bug is being fixed. Yeah,
that bug is being fixed, but then it caused another bug.
So let's go from the start. Basically, there was an invincibility bug that you could do by basically if you're invincible if you roll.
Yeah.
When you roll.
And there was a way to very easily
you could freeze your game.
Yeah.
And if you basically put your game into window mode, you could
tab out, and then if you just moved the window, the game didn't register you because you moving. And when they told me that, when you told me this, when I found out, the way online works for New World. Now this is an MMO.
The way New World works is
side,
very everything
not
is
server side,
which is very stupid for an MMO.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
What on earth did you think that was going to? What? But why do you think that was a good idea? Like, you're gonna have hundreds of people on your server doing things all the time, and you want it client side? Like, Battlefield, before it had before it had like 64 and 100 and odd people per battle, like it had dedicated servers for people. I remember going on them in Battlefield 4 and 3 and you have infinitely potentially more people per server, and you've decided to have the information kept client side?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
So, there's one problem that New World has. So, we have this invincibility bug.
Yeah.
Which people... they eventually fixed it.
Yeah.
They eventually fixed it. But then, they caused another bug.
Yeah.
Which was, basically...
People couldn't get their money if they sold...
If you sold something in the auction house and you were offline...
You didn't get the money.
You did not get your money.
They're currently at the moment, because the game doesn't actually give out money regularly enough.
Yeah.
Like, the money you get isn't
that was another
very
problem.
stingy with the money.
Yeah.
Like, the actual currency is basically going through deflation.
Yeah. Well, it went through because people found a bug to to duplicate their money.
That got fixed, but the
problem
problem is now is because the game doesn't give out enough money. People are starting to hoard things, and the value of products is going. I think it's going down or up. No,
if it's deflation, it's going down.
Yeah, everything's going down. But because people are not getting enough money, they're not buying the things. They're just hoarding. They're getting themselves and hoarding these like.
So now they've got an economy crisis in their game.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's a thing.
I'm looking at it and going, you're not the first MMO, right?
I know.
You're not the first. You could have just looked at how other MMOs do their economy and going, okay, so maybe if we do this and maybe this and maybe this, like, money shouldn't be confused. Really am. Like,
it's pretty bad.
Like,
pretty bad with the money. But
but the thing is, like, that's the sort of thing that would have been like people would have been complaining about very, very early on. It's like, hang on, this is a little bit of a problem. This is going to lead to a problem here. I'm not getting enough money here.
Well, no, because they had like mass inflation, they stripped it
the thing
down.
is, though, because they fixed that so quickly.
Yeah, no, the way they fixed it was by not giving enough money.
Yeah, no, but the bug was people could trade money, but the money didn't actually come out of your thing. It just created more money for that other person. That was the bug, and they fixed that. The problem is that because the actual game like the missions and the tasks and the quests, don't give enough money, and that's been from day one. People aren't actually getting enough money to spend it, so products in the market in that are the prices are plummeting. But people are still not getting enough money to be able to buy the things. So when they do buy it, they just hoard it, and therefore, money is literally just not circulating.
Yeah,
and I'm literally like, they should. That's a problem that should have been recognised very early on, and they have yet to implement a fix for that. Which you would think is like. You'd think it would be like, okay, so we need to just slowly increase the amount of money that each mission gives you by a percentage, and we'll slowly do that until the economy gets to a place we're happy with. And they're not doing that.
No, they're not doing anything. Although they do have a bigger problem.
There was no content.
No. A much bigger problem.
Yeah.
You can write code.
Oh yes.
In the text box, and ruin somebody else's game.
Yes.
Now this
is again because it's on the client side.
Yeah, this is again because it's on the client. But this is, I mean, it's bad to begin with, but it made even worse when you find out that this happened in WoW a very long time ago.
Yeah. So it's a known bug for MMOs.
This is a known thing that has happened before. So this clearly has been fixed. That has been fixed. This clearly has not been fully looked at.
No.
Now, like, how does that bug get through?
For God's sake, the thing is, New World was actually looking like, oh my God, Amazon's going to get an actual decent game out.
The thing is, it is a decent game. It is a decent game. It's just, it has a lot of bugs in it.
Yeah, it's clearly not done. It's clearly not finished.
Yeah.
And just why, I don't know. They like some of the mistakes in this game are like almost like this is their. I mean, yes, this is Amazon's first MMO, but it's like these are the mistakes that you would see fixed in like Eververse or like sort of like economy. The one thing you should be able to like, especially early on, is to tweak is the economy to make sure that like you don't get hyperinflation and you don't get deflation, so that the economy is nicely balanced and isn't like overly abused or overly broken.
Yeah.
Because there's been plenty of MMOs that have had problems with like hyperinflation and that sort of thing, and I just don't like why have you like the whole money thing, the deflation problem. That should have reared its head in beta.
Yes.
And it's like,
so it makes me think, what were they doing with the beta?
Yeah, like clearly they've done changes, or the beta wasn't on long enough for them to realise. But again, it's like, this is the sort of thing that would probably show its head very early on launch. Because of the fact that you will get people who will just hammer that game until they get to the end content.
Yeah.
Which means that you will have plenty of people putting stuff into the market, and
it's like it's just the code. I'm just how does that get through?
Yeah.
How do you not notice that?
How did you know? Like, the thing is like, especially like anything that has happened in WoW you should look at and go, okay, so
we need to make sure
this didn't happen and this didn't happen. And like, for example, the Poison Blood event, the pandemic that hit.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, I'm looking at New World and going, are we gonna have another pandemic, like MMO pandemic? That
no, I think New World is gonna have a crash. Yeah, that's what.
You can't financial crash.
Yeah, it's gonna have a crash and nobody has anything.
Possible. It's possible because they're not. Again, it's.
All I can say is Amazon Studios. That's the only reason why I can think this is
just why. Same.
Like you can put like the code that you put in there. It's just there was one where.
I know someone put in a code in the text chat and it forced another person to shut.
Shut
the game
shuts
down.
them down. There's another code that you can then just put like yellow bars all over the screens for other players and stuff like that. And it's just like, this is a fucking hacker's bloody paradise. This
I know.
man.
Just wait till an actual hacker gets a hold of it.
I know. Oh my god. I mean, the first bad decision was, yes, let's have it client side. No.
For an MMO.
You should never do that.
Like, Call of Duty picks a host.
Yeah.
And has run everything mostly off client side. And that thing, Call of Duty, the life cycle of a Call of Duty game is released, everything's okay for about 6 months, then Activision give up caring about it.
Yeah.
And then
because
all
they're
the
working on the new one.
Yeah, they're working on the new one. And then all shit breaks loose because all the hackers get in.
Mm-hmm.
That is the usual life cycle of a freaking Call of Duty online game.
But Call of Duty lasts a year.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is an MMO that's supposed to last a fair while.
Yeah.
And
MMOs are supposed to last for
years. Multiple years. Like
WoW's been going
well over a decade.
15 maybe?
Yeah, something like that. Final Fantasy 14's been going on for quite a while.
Final Fantasy is, I think 11. Because it was the PS3.
Yes.
And that came out. So it's near a decade. It's either over or just below.
Yeah.
But it's a long one. So yeah, and to have it client side is just a stupid idea. You shouldn't do it like that.
God, you were looking so well, and then you released your game, and everyone had fun while they played it, and then got to the end of it and went, "There's nothing much to do." And then the people who stayed went, "Oh, we're not getting much money. This is a problem." And then people went, "There's this bug that makes people invincible, and it's very easy to do.
So we can ruin all the PvP stuff."
Yeah. So PvP which was kind of struggling at that time anyway. It gets even worse. And then, oh, by the way, did you know actual code will actually work in the actual game? It's almost as if we've got the friggin' dev tools in front of us.
Oh my god, it's so. Hopefully it gets it fixed, because I like the look of New World. And
yes.
I do watch streamers play it a lot. So
it would be nice. Yeah, I think they need to fix this stuff. They need to they need to somehow solve the problem.
They need to get it off client side.
Yeah,
that's what they need to do.
They
need
the problem.
servers.
The problem with that is that because obviously from the ground up it's being built on that.
Yeah,
that is going to be
It's going to be very hard.
That is going to be one hell of a freaking fix needed.
If it's the best way to get like any sort of security on that game.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. I'm just saying like.
Also,
I'm not a programmer, and I can tell that's going to be a hell of a job.
Also, when you need to fix bugs, it's a lot easier if it's on the server side instead of having everything be on client side.
And also, you need to have and to add all that, they actually need some end content because there's not a lot of it. The end content is literally the wars between the different factions.
Yeah.
To take over towns, which is cool, but the problem is that literally you can have a battle for a town, win, and then the very next day be attacked by the team you just took, the faction you took, and it's like there's no cooldown. It's just constant, and it's like, no, this would be a complete barren wasteland if that always happened. It's like there needs to be a cooldown. There needs to be like, okay, so we've had a war, we've won, we take this territory, and there is a peace treaty.
Yeah, I think it needs to be like
the town is not. You can't take the town. You can't take, and like there is an actual. Yeah, they need to actually implement peace treaties between factions.
Yeah,
they need to like a week, maybe a month.
I reckon a month.
I would say I would say depending on the scale of the war and how like long the war's gone.
Yeah,
actually have like actual peace treaties in the same way like I'm trying to think if there's another game that you could implement, but I think literally have like actual peace treaties, and I think the way of getting the ability to go to war as well should be different as well, because basically it's a bunch of quests you go on. And so what the factions do is basically everyone does a loop.
Oh god.
Yes. Yeah. And so within like an hour or so you get the ability to attack a place. And it's like, no, I honestly think like, I mean, one, it sucks for role players because it's like, yeah, but I don't want to do that. I want an actual like role player faction war sort of thing, and like the whole diplomatic side of it. Because I think like if that's a part of me that really like, oh, can you imagine a roleplay server in New World?
Yeah,
that'd be fucking good. And I'm looking at it and going, yeah, there's a lot of things that would get in the way of that. That sucks. But yeah, I think there needs to be an actual like peace treaty system put in, and basically like after a war or a battle, like basically there's a peace treaty between the two, and there's a cooldown. And one, that town can't be attacked again, so the faction that's took it can actually do things with that fucking town. And two, the two factions that have fought each other can't go to war with each other for a set period of time.
Yeah.
Whether or not the game lasts long enough for that to be implemented is another thing.
I would set it up as events. That's how I would do it.
No, I don't mind the fact that factions can just go to war with each other. That's the interesting thing of me.
That's my thing.
The thing is, if you make it as events, like only on certain times, it kind of takes away the whole player advocacy over it.
I suppose.
But I do feel like there needs to be some downtime between attacking and defending, and like if you attack a place and fail to take it, you can't just attack again. You know, it's like, no, there needs to be like basically after each battle there is a peace treaty.
Yeah, I know. You I think that's the fourth time you've.
Yes, I know. But I'm trying to say, like, you're taking like, yes, your faction wars and battles places is really interesting, but if you oversaturate and that's the only thing that happens for a player, it gets boring. It's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, again.
The map's not very big either.
No, exactly, and so like
that doesn't help.
To do something to force them to not constantly attacking all the time, because one, even in like the most wealthy land, war does one great thing: it destroys things. Like farmland gets destroyed, and like towns and roads and networks and finances. Like, it's impossible. It was even in the medieval times when everyone was fucking fighting each other. Apparently, even then, one, you couldn't just go to war. Then you needed an actual reason to go to war. Sometimes made up, but still, you needed an actual reason. Which is the whole term of casus belli, right, for war. And also, like, after so long, they couldn't keep fighting each other. Yes, you know, people go on about the 100 Years' War, but, like, the 100 Years' War was basically very stoppy-starty. Like, there was periods where all they did is basically sail across the channel, raided a couple of places, and sail back to the country of origin.
Yeah.
Both Britain and England and France did that to each other. Like, it wasn't a constant fighting all the time because it's impossible. You run out of money, troops, food, resources. You run out of everything if you did that, and then you basically were sitting ducks for everyone else. So yeah, just if they'd implemented some form of cooldown just to break up the constant fighting, it would have been better. and I hope they do that.
But the thing is that they'd have to implement something to do.
Yeah, actual game, more in-game content.
I would try and because if I remember correctly, you can build a town in that game. If you're in a faction, you can help build the town.
I don't know about that. I know there is an MMO being made which basically
Ashes Creation.
Ashes of Creation sounds really interesting.
But
the fact that you can
I'm pretty sure New World was going to do that, where you can
I don't know if it's
build it up.
I don't think it's been. I think it's basically based on how. I think there is stuff you can do to level up the town.
Because I would do that. I would implement that. You've got this town.
But the problem is that people can't afford the things to do the things to build to level up the town.
You sort that out by one, you fix the economy, but the other thing is you build a small town, so you just go out and chop wood and mine rocks and fish and that sort of stuff. That's what you do with that.
Yeah.
It's once you get to the biggest stuff.
Yeah, but the problem is obviously because one, the map's small, you can only have so many places anyway, and two, again, the problem isn't necessarily founding the starting setup of it. It's getting it to the next levels. Yeah. That's the big problem. And that's if that is actually implemented. I'm pretty sure they said something that's a thing, but
who knows?
Yeah, it's a shame because it's I look. It's the same with a few other games that we've literally gone. Oh, really? You can see the inside workings of a good game here.
Yeah.
And it's there's all these things around it that are just ruining it.
Yeah. Stupid, bad decisions. Just stupid decisions.
Terrible decisions at a management level again. God's sake, one person at the bottom rank of a game company will not be able. Will it's very hard for them to make a decision that will ruin the entire game. But a manager, on the other hand,
oh well.
Let's have the economy give very little money out. Yes, that will work.
Oh well. Really. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Shall we move on to something pretty decent? We had this state of play.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't very long. It was only 20 minutes.
Yeah, and
there was some different games.
There was some different games. There wasn't anything that stood out and went wow.
Yeah.
So there was that. I think
this was what it was very quickly.
Yeah, announced. I don't think they bigged it up that much. Yeah. But again, because of people thinking certain things, there's a state of play. What's it going to be announced? It's anyway. It started off with Death Verse, which is from. It's going to be set in the same thing as Let It Die.
Yeah.
Which is Suda 51? Question mark?
I don't think so. Might have been though.
Anyway, it looks like an arena combat game.
It looks like a battle royale, but it looks like there's going to be so you're doing a normal battle royale, but then there looks like a team of hunters.
Yeah, there's not been that much detail. It's basically just the first trailer sort of thing. But it does seem like there are the players. There seems to be mobs. And there seems to be this third, a hunter.
Yeah.
That will literally go and hunt
the players.
So. Interesting how how is that all going to play out?
I mean, it could be completely wrong and just looked at the
It could be just an arena battle brawler.
Yeah.
So because again it's very very early, and also we're jumping onto the conclusion that it's a battle royale because everyone's doing a fucking battle.
It looks like a battle royale though. Battle royale, you can tell a battle royale just by looking at it.
Yeah. The thing is, I didn't see any picking up items to improve yourself, so
maybe
it may be just an arena battler, which I'm not
gonna. The thing is, if it's to see who the last survived, that's a battle royale.
Yes.
Whether it's in an arena
it's a
or
death
not.
match. It's a death match.
It's still a battle royale.
It depends. Well, once more details come out, we'll find out. Following that was a trailer for OFK, which is looks like it's like a visual novel-ish type thing.
Yeah, it's about a band.
About a band
called OFK.
OFK, yeah. I do have to admit, I do like the art style. It is a very nice, brightly coloured art style.
Yeah. I already know I am not going to be playing the game.
Yeah, it's probably not the type of music we're into.
Yeah,
I'm probably very poppy.
No, more. I reckon it's going to be one of those like weird techno psychedelic
possibly
things.
But again, not our.
That's not my jam.
Yeah, we don't jam. We don't walk out to that stuff.
I just find it boring and just, all right.
Yeah, but you know,
it could be good.
It could be good. There's going to be, was it five
episodes?
5 episodes with a song in each episode, which with like an interactive music video.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can create the music video.
Yeah, I think you.
Which is what they were saying. Which is pretty decent.
It's got dialogue choices and all
so it looks very visually novelty type of thing. So it's going to be very heavy story driven.
Yeah.
But that's fine. There is a place for those games, and people like them, and therefore I hope this game is good for them.
Yeah.
Following that was the announcement of a Bugsnax DLC, the Island of
free DLC.
Yeah, free DLC. Was it the Island of
the
Big
Isles?
Snacks? The Isles of Big Snacks.
Bugsnax, not Big Snacks. Bugsnax.
No, it's the Isles of Big Snacks.
Is it the Isles of Big Snacks? I thought it was the Isles of Big
Because the whole thing is like the giant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. I might give that a go. I liked Bugsnax when I played it.
Yeah, it's a fun little game. It's weird.
It's very weird.
Very, very weird. Following that, I mean, it looks like it's going to be more. They're going to give you more customizational stuff. The pets can have hats.
We get a house.
You can get houses now. So yeah, more stuff for people to do. That's always a good thing. Following that was Security Breach, the Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Mm-hmm.
So it introduced the main four.
Roxanne Wolf,
which the mechanic for her seems to be she gets stunned by flashes, very much like
Polaroid camera,
very much like Foxy in Sister Location, and that's not the only connection to Sister Location.
Yes,
we saw in the trailer.
There was someone
Glam Chica. She just seemed to.
She just seemed to stumble all over the place.
Yeah, and chase you, and also like I don't think there's a way of getting away from her, except that you can distract her with noises. There was also Freddy Fazbear, which was a suit that you could get into. Which, for those of you who know,
that wasn't Freddy Fazbear. That's a different suit.
Oh, it's a different suit. Anyway, it's an animatronic bear, and you can get into it. Which, for anyone who knows the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, that's not a good thing.
No.
Technically, I would have reservations getting into one of those things.
There was the Gator. I can't remember his name.
Montgomery Gator.
Yeah. Then we saw that giant weird clown face caterpillar thing.
Yeah.
Then there was that weird. He had like the sun.
Yeah.
On his face, but he was going mental.
I think it's the same. Might be the same character. I don't know. But that was what was the fourth one? Oh, Freddy Fazbear was the fourth, named on the trailer. However, there is no way in hell they're the only four in the game.
Yeah, I think there's more.
There is not a chance in hell because there's a lot of like links to Sister Location.
Yes,
which is interesting. For example, the dolls. Bellows dolls were there. Like we said, the fox being stunned by a flash. That's also a link to Sister Location, and I will bet my house that somewhere you will have Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and maybe a lot of the other animatronics in the game somewhere. I mean, they can't put all of them in because that would be just impossible.
Yeah.
But then again, it is Five Nights at Freddy's. But like, I wouldn't be surprised if Bonnie's there in some point. Like, say, Foxy, Mangle, maybe.
I'm actually looking forward to this. We might be playing it.
Yeah, Christmas. Well, the thing is that like the thing that stops you from playing Five Nights at Freddy's is the fact that you don't like the format of being just stuck in a place and like Because it's basically like a reaction / puzzle game because you need to know how the you need to figure out how the animatronics work and how to like predict what they're going to do next. Well, this is a more of a actual.
I can explore places.
Yeah, exactly. It's a more open. Well, it's a first person horror game. It's a first person horror game. I'm not gonna enjoy this.
Nope.
It's
no, you're
be
not.
Terrible.
It'll be fine.
It's gonna be horrendous.
I'm gonna be doing everything.
Yes.
We will die a lot.
Yes, I'm just looking at it and going, okay, so which animatronics are we gonna get? Because from the looks of it, it's also going to be potentially like a reboot.
Possibly.
Because I think they did kind of finish.
With the pizzeria thing.
With the pizzeria, they kind of finished that story off. So, but I'm looking at it and going, well, I'm looking at the game and going, I can't see them not putting in at least the original 4.
I think we're gonna find them in the basement.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun experience.
We're going to end up going down underneath the building, and that's where those 4 are going to be.
I'm looking at also the bit where the security guard, the lady security guard is, and I'm like, so how long are you going to last?
How long are you going to live?
How long are you before you get to show us, before the game shows us why these animatronics should be...
I think she's going to maybe last till the end of the game, but I also think she's going to be like the person on the radio. We're going to get like a radio first.
Possibly, yeah. That's possible. It's going to be her. Which would be very interesting because, like, that's never been a thing in a Five Nights at Freddy's game. You've usually been just on your own.
Yeah.
Well,
this is like the biggest budget a Five Nights at Freddy's game has had.
Yes.
Compared to the other ones.
It's an actual frigging company working.
Yeah, an actual company worked on this one.
Like a Scott Kaufman has basically stepped away.
He stepped away due to everything that has come out.
Has come out in regards to like the people he supports and all that sort of stuff. And we're not going to get into that because that's politics.
Also, I don't care.
People have, if people want to get involved in that, by all means,
go for it.
Go for it. We're not. Anyway, but yeah. It's looking like it's going to be really scary. It's looking like it's going to be...
Looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, well...
I think you're going
to enjoy me literally going, oh, for fuck's sake, go away.
We are going to get to that point. I just know it. We're going to get to that point where we're just like, we just need you to turn around the corner. And then
go away.
It just doesn't go away. And
just
like,
go away. Leave. There's no one here.
Just go.
As long as it doesn't do what the fucking Xenomorph did and just double back on itself 17 times, so I was stuck underneath a bed for at least 10 minutes. Like, for fuck's sake, just go away, there's no one here!
I do get the feeling we're going to get that moment.
Yes.
But we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. We'll be good. Following FNAF, there was the announcement that Death's Door's coming to PlayStation 4 and 5.
Yeah!
I have to
lovely game.
It is a really good game. Lovely art style. And, it's an isometric combat game.
So if you liked Hades, you'd probably like this.
Probably going to like this. Following that was Kart Rider Drift. And I watched it and went, please give me Mod Nation.
Give me a new Mod Nation.
I want a new Mod Nation. If this is a new Mod Nation, then great. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a new Mod Nation.
No, I think it's going to have a little bit of customization, but... I don't think it's going
not to the level. This is the thing, because of Mod Nation. If I get a kart racer that has customization, I want it to that level. I want to be able to make ridiculously good tracks, and I want to make like characters from anything possible, and like.
I want to make Chuck Green again.
Yeah. I want to make all my fucking characters that I made again, and do stuff and have fun and make cool tracks and make cool carts and show them to the world and let them download it. Why can't you do that? Sony, give us another kart racer, please. Give us another Mod Nation, please. And if kart racer Drift is not that, why did you give us this instead? Why did you give us Kart Racer Drift if it's not basically the spiritual successor to Mod Nation? Why'd you do this to us, Sony, please? It was really popular. It was really good. And also the thing is with kart racing, that there's a lot of like similarities. Like there's a shield ability, which Mod Nation had, where if you timed it right, it would block everything. So I'm literally looking at it going, is this actually a... So I'm gonna keep my eye on it. If it does state that there's going to be create a track mode, then I may get this, because I loved doing the making tracks and doing all the customization stuff. It was great in Mod Nation. But we've had over a generation since then, a game console since then, and can you just give us more, please, please, pretty please?
Yeah, it looks alright.
So yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. Following that was the beta announcement for King of Fighters.
Yes.
Which is next month.
Yes.
Actually, this month.
Oh yeah, this month. Yeah.
This month. We're in November
19th.
now. November 19th. What was out tomorrow?
We Are Trouble.
First Class Trouble. Yeah,
First Class
PlayStation
Trouble,
PlayStation Plus as well.
Yeah.
But that's what we'll get to next. King of Fighters. It's King of Fighters. The beta is going to show 8 characters, I think it was.
Yeah, we're going to get 8 characters.
And it's going to be available for a set period of time. And then they gave an announcement of who... Oh, they announced Dolores was like the 8th character to be in the beta.
Yeah.
And they announced the release date, which is February 17th?
22nd, I think.
Was that the 22nd?
No, February 20th, 2022.
So... February again.
Why is everything coming out in February?
God damn it. Following that was First Class Trouble. Now, for anyone who's played Among Us, it is a 3D 1920s sci-fi-esque style variation on it.
Yeah.
It's not exactly an Among Us, because basically you have a set amount... Basically, it's like a bunch of levels that you have to get through, solving tasks, working together, and... Between each level, you get to decide whether you vote someone out. The airlock, which is actually, because it's out on PC, and I've seen people play it. It looks really fun. You actually get to watch them get ejected out of the airlock. It's great. But the whole premise is that there is a bunch of humans, and there are, depending on how many players, so many robots who look like humans.
Yeah.
And it's the task of the robots to either get to the end or kill everyone. Now, here's the thing. It's up to the humans to get to the end and figure out who the robots are. Because if the robots get to the end and you get out, the robots win.
Yeah.
So, like, I like that whole thing of, like, there's multiple ways to actually win. Like, you could be a robot and literally just
play the game
and be nice and help everyone out, because, like, you could get out and win. That's one way to win, by basically acting like a human and not sabotaging everyone. But then again, like, you could sabotage stuff and then fix stuff and then... But yeah, it's like, I like that. I like that little touch, like the fact that like there's not just kill everyone as an option to win. Great. And that again tomorrow, or today as this is uploaded. Following that, we had a new Star Ocean game is coming.
Yes.
The Thingy Force.
Divine Force.
The Divine Force. I've never played a Star Ocean game.
Neither have I.
But I am kind of interested, because if you went, look, this is sci-fi ships blowing stuff up.
Yeah, that's what
plus
Star
magic.
Ocean is.
Plus magic, I'm like, okay, I may try this.
It's sci-fi fantasy.
Yes, it's sci-fi fantasy. I know, but like, I am like, if you give me a mini game involving ships in space, I'm probably gonna buy this. But yeah, it's more Star Ocean. It looks gorgeous.
It looks alright.
It looks really good.
I don't like the guy.
Yeah,
he looks a bit janky.
He does, but again, it's early. It's like the first trailer.
Yeah,
We've
maybe
got time to work on that.
He also looks like his hair doesn't fit on his head.
Yeah, that's also very true. But again, they've gone for the. It seems they've gone for him, the 80s anime style,
Yeah,
and for everyone
that's
else, modern day anime style.
Yeah.
And it's quite jarring if you put them next to each other, but I'm like, okay, you've got time to fix that. It's okay.
You got this.
You got this. But like the environments look gorgeous. The environments look really, really cool. Really like bright and colourful and and then they finished off with Devil Inside, which is a.
I'm just gonna say
it's an RPG. Game. It's an RPG game. That's all I'm gonna say. It's an RPG.
Yeah, I cannot describe what this is.
I love
the map.
The world map is pretty cool. Like things will actually happen on the map, which is and it's a very, I wouldn't say cute, but like it's a very adorable style they've gone for.
Yeah,
like the actual like little like countermen or what's that like weebles. They just bounce around as they're going on the map, and then you go into a place, and then it like comes into like you can see the arms and legs and all that sort of stuff, and do the fighting RPG stuff.
It's got the stop motion talking.
Yes.
So everybody talks like that.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It
reminds me of my childhood.
Yes, which was great. And it's going to be... did it give an announcement, a release date?
No.
So...
I think it just said coming 2022.
Coming 2022, which is fine, because it means it's not February. So yeah, that's
it's going to be February.
I have to admit, I do kind of like the art style. The art style is very interesting and very... It's very cute and adorable in its own way. Yeah,
it looks like it's going to be... What I saw.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be like you make choices and it does affect the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
yeah, it's something to look forward to. To be honest, I look at them all and like, apart from Bugsnax, it's one of those where I look at them and go, okay, that's weird, but not really interested. Deathverse, I'm looking at and going,
I'm not interested.
Not interested. OFK, clearly not for me. FNAF, well, it's a horror game. We're probably going to go playing it. Yeah. Much to my horror and dread. Death's Door is everyone knows what Death's Door is about. Good, it's coming onto the console because more people will be able to play it. Kart Racer Drift just makes me want to play Mod Nation.
Yeah.
King of Fighters is King of Fighters.
We'll get a beta.
Looks cool. It does look cool and looks like hype as hell.
It's a big roster.
It is a big roster, but also like the fighting looks really awesome. It looks really cool. So that's good. First Class Trouble looks like fun. Also, for those on PlayStation Plus, it's free to play. You'll get it for free.
Yes.
Awesome. Star Ocean is Star Ocean. And Devil Inside, something to keep an eye on. So that'll be...
Yeah, I'd say it's a decent
list of games.
List
nothing, like I say, nothing massive.
Like I said, I think it was announced on the Monday. And then it was shown on the Wednesday.
The problem is that over time people have gotten used to having like big announcements, and so they're expecting when one doesn't come, they're very like, oh, this has been a disappointing.
I think the problem is like sometimes you get the media, they come in and go, oh,
and they hype it up.
Oh, there's rumours that Bloodborne 2 is going to be announced at State of Play. It's not going to get announced. But
yeah. So anyway,
that sort of stuff happens, and then it doesn't get announced, and then people get upset with it because
and that'll be. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That is the end of our chat today. I do hope you've enjoyed this chat today. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles.